Mario, I think one of the key things I want to understand is for recruiting, like before Agent X, what were you doing to screen and talk to candidates? What was that like?
Chasing people is such a headache. I was doing more than 200 calls a day and I was just able to
Oh
connect like
man.
20, 30 people. I mean,
Yeah.
my fingers were falling apart just because of dialing. My technology wasn't there. I literally had to buy like an adapter for my keyboard to start
Yeah.
touching dials and everything. And that's why we encounter Agent X because they have been a total game changer for us. With Agent X, what I've been able to do is massify my work. I now have the capability of calling more than 508 people. Instead of me calling 500 people, I just call for like 10, 15
Yeah.
a week. And because
Yeah.
I'm chasing more clients, I'm bringing more revenue, I'm making more calls, I'm hiring more people, and I'm getting more minutes from Agent X.
Mario, I know when we first talked, you were so skeptical about AI and how this could actually work in your business. At what point were you like, oh, wow, this could actually work for me?
It was scary at first. I won't lie to you. It's
Yeah.
like every time
Yeah.
you do some sort of testing
Yeah.
and just leaving your comfort zone at the end of the day, right? Because
Yeah.
especially in my line of business, you always say, I have that sense. I was afraid that AI didn't have that knowledge, but with experience, with time, with your help, because we were able to polish the product and everything, we were
Yeah.
able to come to almost that level, right? I was so afraid that it was going to fall out of my scope, out of my
Mhm.
control. But it's so
Yeah.
easy. Out of one or two calls, we're like 5 and 10 and 20. The agents are so fluid that all of a sudden I'm about to like just close my eyes and literally go like 1,000%.
What was the one thing you were trying to solve for with Agent X?
So I needed to grow. I needed to transmit my knowledge to somebody, but that's
Yeah.
expensive, right? And you were able to understand my knowledge, put it on an AI instead of
Yeah.
having to hire three Marios. I just have to hire
Yeah.
one Noah. Always gonna have purples. I remember
Yeah.
one time that I was just joking around with the AI. And I
Yeah.
told him that no, unfortunately, you have reached the president of the United States. And the AI bot was able to adapt. I was speaking with a mother, single mom,
Yeah.
and she had an accident with her kid.
Mhm.
And it was like, you gotta interact right away. It's like you gotta show empathy. You gotta, hey, are you okay? What's happening? Do you
Yeah.
need help from us? What are we gonna do? The AI bot was able to adapt that personality.
How long have you actually been using Agent X?
We have already rolled it like 4 months ago. I don't want to say 50% of my time, but a little bit less than 50%, so I can go
That's
ahead
incredible.
and chase for more clients. We didn't have to drop anybody. They can oversee the entire Agent X process. That's one terrific way to show them it's like, hey, here's a promotion. You're no longer making calls. Just listen to what's going on within Agent X.
We've gotten some feedback from you about features to add to make things easier. What is like one feature that you find to be the most helpful in your process within Agent X?
If you're not fully integrated, Agent X is doing a terrific job, but it's not delivering like physically. You're not able
Yeah.
to see it on a report. You're not able to see
Yeah.
it on a spreadsheet. You're not able to see it on a dashboard. You gotta integrate yourself with your CRM, and you gotta trust integration. You gotta trust your CRM and all the adaptation so
Yeah.
that they can communicate properly. And that's way
Yeah.
they are actually. I don't want to say that they're replacing you, but they're multiplying
Yeah.
you.
You know, Mario, I wonder if you would potentially even down the road use this to do interview prep with some of the candidates that you've brought on.
That's my next step because again,
Yeah.
we find candidates and sometimes they're a little bit of diamond in the rough. Got all the skills, they got all the great qualities, but sometimes they're
Right.
too nervous to be, or sometimes they're too eager or something like that. So okay, let's try it out. You can have a couple of job interview testing out. So you know what, Mr. Customer, hey, all this, or you can tell this to the client,
Right.
or you can do this to the hiring manager. And in that
Yeah.
way, the candidate gets more experience, gets even more polish, and instead of
Yeah.
like having 2 or 3 job interviews, maybe you can hit it in one.
Mario, we're working on some like personal assistant features with Agent X.
Amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
why not? You don't imagine how many clients, unfortunately, I've lost because I wasn't able to reply at the right time. If you can
Yeah.
come ahead and close that gap, oh man.
You know, there's a lot of skepticism around AI. If you were to look back to that next person that's, you know, skeptical about using AI in their operation, what's the one feedback or advice that you would give them?
You're wasting your time. If you don't trust on AI, you don't know what's the future. I mean, AI is here to stay.